AT&T's famous Bell Labs in New Jersey, home of countless technological innovations, but mostly in the field of communications. For up until last year, AT&T was the phone company. But now with deregulation and divestiture, AT&T is free to move into other ventures. And one of its first and biggest new ventures is the move into computers.
AT&T's communication heritage will bring to the computer user the ability to have these computers converse with each other in a natural way, in a friendly way, and make processing and data communications as easy as voice telephony has been made by AT&T and by the direct distance dialing network and other advances such as these.
AT&T's new machines represent a different approach from its first computer products, relying instead on the communications giant's traditional strength, data transmission. At the top of the line is the new 7300 called the Unix PC, designed for multi-user, multitasking applications. It features the overlapping windows of the Macintosh, a Unix operating system, and a telephone manager.
We have given the user, presented this to the user in a way that communications becomes a natural modality at last. We've taken the telephony, just plain old phone, hooked it into the machine such that the user really can control who they're calling. For example, a telephone call would come in, you can put the name of the person who called, and you can have a whole history of your last 5 conversations with that person.
The computer's telephone with a memory and electronic mail are designed to interface with AT&T's new 1 megabit network, providing fast, all-digital transmission of both voice and data simultaneously. Goodbye modem, hello Unix.
It matches the needs of the user to the interface. And it does this by integrating all the communications in a way that it's at your fingertips, and it's as easy as dialing a phone to use a very powerful computer. Now, it's implemented with the Unix operating system, but to me that's a detail. That's our magic. Unix is our magic.
Some industry watchers have characterized the next computer era as a battle between two giants, IBM and the phone company. But AT&T doesn't see it that way.
Yes, IBM's a competitor, but I don't think it's a battle of the titans in terms of the way people say it. I think it's really, in some ways, a real advantage for the U.S. to allow two very strong companies like AT&T and IBM to prepare for the real onslaught, and that's of the Japanese computing.
In fact, the challenge from Japan points out a basic difference between the Japanese and American styles of distributing data. While Japanese research gives high priority to making mainframes more friendly, Americans take a more local approach.
In the U.S., people are fiercely independent and they like to be autonomous. And to me, that says that they need control over their data. The bad news is what we've done is we've created millions of islands of computing that must be linked together. Once we solve that basic problem of making things really friendly, everyone likes to talk about friendly user and fun to use, but really friendly, natural languages, easy to communicate, it's problem-oriented, it solves my problem in the way I think about it. Once we solve that problem, the explosion in what people have called the explosion in the last 3 years in computing will basically look like a foothill.